Pure blood, quote unquote, dating divine over vaccination status splits those looking for a partner. Alan Stein, The Epoch Times reports, Courtney Furlong, 36, had always considered modern dating a hit or miss prospect even before COVID-19 vaccines, masks, and lockdowns turned the world upside down. But today, Ms. Furlong said it's downright terrible trying to find a suitable dating partner who is not vaccinated, and having chosen to avoid taking the COVID shot over concerns about their safety. The Phoenix resident now finds the dating market more restricted and challenging than ever. And she said that many vaccinated people refuse to date the unvaccinated and vice versa. She said, I'm at the age now where I want to have children. My situation now is, who should I have a baby with? Ms. Furlong said, standing at the vegan bar, the Giving Tree in Phoenix, the Giving Tree, watching 50 other unvaccinated people mix and mingle on a hot Monday evening. Who knows, tonight could be the night she'll meet her significant other, she said, or at least make new, like-minded friends. Furlong said, I'm at a place where I'd like to meet someone and have a child. A huge factor is, did you get the vaccine or not? Sponsored by the dating website Unjected.com, the informal gathering of vaccinated men and women took place on July 15 at the Giving Tree. Other social mixers dubbed pure blood parties are also planned in Canada, New York City, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. These unvaccinated mixers are starting to pop up everywhere, said Shelby Hosanna, 28, who launched Unjected.com in the spring of 2021 to bring the unvaccinated singles community together. She said a person's COVID-19 vaccination status is the biggest icebreaker and deal breaker in the modern dating world. And it cuts both ways, vaccinated and unvaccinated alike. Many online date sites such as Tinder, Match, and Bumble now include COVID-19 badges, stickers, and filters to help singles better navigate the post-pandemic landscape. It's the very first question asked in the dating scene for many, said Hosanna, especially now that we can anticipate all vaccines on the market will be mRNA. It's quite literally choosing partners who choose zero vaccination. Jill Cosby, owner and founder of Conscious Singles, a dating site for those who value freedom and sovereignty, said that unvaccinated singles appeared to be more concerned about dating within their group. Many of our non-vaccinated members will only date other non-vaccinated members, Cosby told Epoch Times. However, vaccinated members are usually less likely to care whether a potential partner is vaccinated. In early 2022, a sufficient number of unvaccinated members asked to declare their vaccination status to aid them in finding other unvaccinated members. Ms. Crosby and Conscious Singles responded by creating unvaccinated and unvaccinated badges to post on dating profiles. Since then, we've had a close to equal number of members post a non-vaccinated or vaccinated badge on their profile, she said, and about the same amount of members, about 30% selected, prefer not to say. The dating site also provides multi-choice match questions in many categories and recently added, will you date someone who has been vaccinated? Ms. Hosanna said not long ago some dating sites banned profiles that required a person's vaccination status. Moreover, the recent data point to a distinct social divide with online dating following the rollout of the Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson vaccines for COVID-19 in early 2021. A July 2022 Pew Research Center survey found that nearly 25% thought it very important to include one's COVID-19 vaccination status in a dating profile. On the other hand, nearly half, that's 47%, said it was somewhat important for people to provide their vaccination status according to the survey. The survey showed that roughly 9% of U.S. adults had used a dating site or app between 2021 and 22. More telling was the partisan split in survey responses. According to the report, Democrats were far more likely than Republicans to say that vaccination status was important for them to see. In Las Vegas, Ms. Hosanna said she was curious to learn about what other people thought about dating and COVID-19 vaccination status. So she and her marketing director, Scott Armstrong, conducted a random man on the street survey that asked people whether they would date a vaccinated or unvaccinated person. Hosanna said some vaccinated people said they would never date an unvaccinated person, someone as stupid as an anti-vaxxer. It's going both ways, she said. They don't want to be with us, and we really don't want to be with them. To me, it's like the first question they asked, did you take the COVID shots? Mr. Armstrong told Epoch Times about online dating. And he said, it's sad too, he said, to think that a man or woman rejected as a potential dating partner over their vaccination status could have been the one. He said, it's tough, but this is the world we're living in now. And given the number of vaccinated people versus the unvaccinated, singles who have not taken one or more COVID shots appear to be at a disadvantage, Hosanna said. According to USA Facts, more than 270 million Americans, that's 81% of the U.S. population, have received at least one COVID-19 injection. More than 270 million, that's 70%, are considered fully vaccinated. The website added that of the roughly 1 billion doses distributed since 2020, more than 676 million, that's 68%, doses were used nationwide, with almost 64% reported as fully vaccinated in Arizona. As new strains of the virus develop, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, recommends that people should receive an updated 2024-25 COVID-19 and flu vaccine for the fall and winter seasons. Among unvaccinated singles, the CDC advice falls on unwelcome ears. It's a whole new wild navigation of the world, Hosanna said. Of course, the desire to match with someone who also is aligned with the protecting personal freedoms is paramount, but the need to protect reproductive health and overall health has been the biggest concern since day one, she said. Kristen Furstein, 58, and her friend Melanie Diaz, 54, are both Phoenix residents who attended the July 15 social mixer, hoping to connect with like-minded people. As unvaccinated healthcare workers, both women are divorced, single, and currently dating vaccinated men. Ms. Furstein said she's trying to make her relationship work despite her concern about the safety of the COVID-19 vaccines and alleged spin-off effects like spike protein shedding. She said her biggest fear is investing in a relationship in which her partner gets sick with the vaccine down the road. Overall, her COVID-19 vaccination status was really niched me down in terms of charting a dating course, she said. Such trippy days, Ms. Furstein said, I've actually given up on internet dating. It's just made dating really challenging. And Ms. Diaz said her goal is to seek out the people who are on the same page as herself regarding the mRNA vaccines and who see the world the same as you. At my age, she says, I don't want to invest time and energy in someone who's going to keel over, she said jokingly. The vaccinated man she's now seeing is someone from her past. During the pandemic, her friend had assured her that he would not take the injection. Diaz said, we met up again last year. I assumed he didn't get it, but he did not tell me he received it until we were already dating. Just one shot, she said, but it was a tough call. It was the only way he could fly into Chicago and visit his family. He visits his family every year. And what am I going to say to that? Don't see your aging parents, Diaz said. John Algren, 40, of Phoenix, said his plan at the social mixer was to meet other unvaccinated people and have a good time. For dating, he said, I don't know if taking the vaccine is a deal breaker, but when I find someone, I want to spend the rest of my life with them. It's just that the culture has changed. COVID certainly has a part to play with it. Social media has changed the landscape too, Mr. Algren told Epoch Times. Being single, he said he prefers face-to-face organic engagements with people and views online dating as a big waste of time. So what would you date a vaccinated person? Not fully vaccinated, Algren said. Once vaccinated, twice shy, I guess. Mike, 45, of Scottsdale, said he was not expecting to meet the unvaccinated woman of his dreams on July 15, but he was open to the possibility. And that's what the whole thing is pretty much about, he said. It's about people who don't want to meet someone who's vaccinated. Ms. Furlong said the natural choice is to be with someone whose morals and values align with her own. She said, when I told one of my best friends I was not getting vaccinated, he's had 5 boosters. Well, he said, if you don't want to get your vaccine, you're never going to meet my parents. I feel like I'm the only person out of 20 people in my family who did not get injected. My parents said they only did it because they felt pressured. And Dia said she intends to stay present in her current relationship as she is a romantic at heart. And she said, they say it's better to have love than not at all. And if a person is really kind, you know what I mean, she said. And this is on Zero Hedge, authored by Alan Stein via Epoch Times. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.